Let's all reach for our cups of cacao, bring them close to our heart to resonate here. Let's all share a breath, breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Another one just like that. Coming into your own space, your own guidance, your own wisdom. Feeling that stillness. And just checking in with how your day has been, what energy you might have been carrying with you. And if there's anything that needs to be liberated and let go of in this moment, a thought, an idea, a worry, a fear. And can you bring the breath into it and allow it to dissolve? Knowing that our intention here tonight is to be in connection, to remember the healing of the sisterhood wound, to know that it's not something that we have to carry with us and bear like a mark, but something that we can transform and alchemize and let it become a part of our medicine. So searching for your own personal intention when it comes to the sisterhood wound. Do you want to feel more free with other women? Less held back by your fears of judgment, of expression, of being seen and heard? You know best where you feel the most constricted, where you shrink yourself. And just setting this intention from your heart and sending it into your cup of cacao. Letting it travel from your heart down your arms, through your palms, into this cup. And as we cross this bridge from this present moment into the next, we do so with gratitude. Gratitude for Cacao. Gratitude for her beautiful way of opening our hearts and supporting us so gently. And so we ask for Cacao and her powerful guidance and her wisdom, and we ask her to show us the way. And so together, raising our cups up towards our faces, drawing that inhale through your nose, allow yourself to smell your cup. That sweet, rich aroma. And sensing her and your intention in your perfect timing, receiving that very first sip. Watching the cacao move down your throat. Watching her find her way into your heart so she can pour over it. so she can alchemize any of the pain, any of the blocks, any of the barriers that are surrounding it, trying so hard to keep it safe and protected. Inviting cacao to move in you. And as you continue to slowly sip this precious cup of cacao, ask her to take you deeper and deeper and deeper. Ask that she holds your heart with the tenderness that it deserves, but that she also challenges you and brings you to those places of discomfort where we know the growth lives. And as we approach these reflective questions, doing so with curiosity, being curious for your own answers that come from your own experiences. And sensing your heart as it softens, and it opens. Asking cacao to be an assistant and lead you into those moments where you maybe felt the fracturing, the separation, the disconnection from women who you held dear and near. Sometimes we make those decisions because it's what's best. When we have to turn away and walk away from something that is not treating us how we deserve to be treated. Something that's causing the flare-ups and the roller coaster of emotions. And oftentimes, when people are trying to protect themselves, they lash out. They want to be the ones that walk away first. And so when you feel and you sit into the frequency of those separations that were done out of anger, out of rage, void of understanding and compassion, recognize how you were there to hold you. And that within you there was a quality that you were searching for that you did not find in that other person, in that other soul. Acceptance, feeling seen, feeling trusted. And so this was a lesson on the beautiful qualities that you hold. And it brought to the surface what matters to you, of value, a way of showing up. So in those moments of fracturing and severance, what was shown to you about you? Because we all have longings, we all have desires, and we also have needs. Breathing into that. And sometimes we like to get attached to who the person was that this happened with. But it's not so much who as much as it is what. And so as you examine these fractures, I want you to be honest with yourself. Has anything truly mended this? Have I really washed this wound over and over again so that it can heal? Or is there still some stickiness, some ickiness, some tension and some pain there? And instead of going into our default of judging it or trying to shove it away, can you welcome it in? The pain, the grief, the hurt, the sadness. Can you love the way that you responded or reacted and accept it now? Knowing that this is the only way to truly move forward and create space for a new way of showing up. And this is where we say the prayer of Ho'oponopono, which goes like this. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. And as you slide into that energy of forgiveness, you feel that it releases the weight on your end, and it energetically releases the weight on anyone else's end. Even if it's between you and another part of you. And as we move from this place of the fracturing, those deep crevices that hold what we think is darkness, we can begin to get curious about the shadows. And the shadows come through and they sound like they're saying, I can't be this big. I can't take up this space because I'm taking up space from this woman or from her. Have you ever felt that before? That shadow of scarcity, that there's not enough room and enough light for all of us. Who am I to take up the space? Maybe there's a shadow here of self-expression where you question if what you say is valuable, if it's even worth it to open your mouth and add in your perspective and your opinion. Maybe you worry about saying the wrong thing. Maybe deep within you, there's a shadow around a trust wound, worrying that if you open your heart one more time, you're just going to get burned. Because that's what's always happened, and so that's what's going to happen. And you base your past on your future. Or you project your past on your future. And now your future is already muddled with beliefs and shadows. Within you, do you sense any patriarchal wounds? When you feel like you're being too expressive, too emotional. Thinking that you don't belong here if it's making you this emotional. Is there a tenderness, a thorn around being seen, around being exposed, around being vulnerable with other women? And now take yourself out of this equation, but just imagine a woman holding on to each and every one of these shadows. How do you think she feels moving through her day? Feeling so much disconnection and so much isolation, and like it's never going to change. How does she feel? And maybe you know very well how she feels. And now taking a step over from this, how do you feel towards this woman? Are you angry at her for having these wounds? Are you in disbelief that she has these wounds? Or do you hold compassion? knowing that the way that she feels is absolutely valid. Do you wish to just wrap her up in a hug and hold her? And take her hand to walk with her and show her that you'll be with her through all of it. The scary, the courageous, the collaborative. What do you think would support her in opening up? Likely it's some consistency of being around other women who are safe. It's pushing your edges a little bit to be a little bit more vulnerable and let yourself feel held and seen in that. And even if it's scary, you will have yourself. So just asking your own heart right now, what would be a small step to tend to the shadow, to not resist it, not fight against it, and not make it wrong, but acknowledge it? What would be one small step? And now I want you to bring to the front of your mind an experience that has positively shaped your view of relationships with other women, of being close to them, of being vulnerable with them. A positive experience of this. And while, yes, we can tend to the wounds when things are really good and the relationship is strong, but there's also this underbelly where relationships go through tension and constriction. And that's often when our wounding really wants to play out what it knows. And if you have a positive experience of being in tension and being in disagreement with another woman, but you came out of it feeling supported, feeling like both sides were accountable, were compassionate, and were vulnerable, what else was present here? And if you don't have a positive experience, I want you to imagine one. Feeling tension, feeling your fear of not being liked, feeling your fear of not being trusted. Any of these shadows coming to the surface. How would you hope to move forward so that the relationship actually becomes stronger than it was? And you feel empowered, you feel connected. What does that feel like in your body? What does it feel like in your face, knowing that you've come out the other side of this? Does your throat feel open and expressed? Does your heart feel tender, yet open? Does your spine feel inhabited and strong because you backed yourself? And so you lift yourself to be tall and beautiful and shining bright. What other frequencies are moving in you? Knowing that you've just resolved something with another woman and you didn't leave feeling diminished, or that you had to put all of your stuff to the side to support them and step into being a savior. And now notice how you're feeling is going to be a mirror of how that other person is feeling. And this is what we want to do with women. When we have those inevitable hard conversations, those disagreements, we're going to leave carrying that same energy together. And so we're not just doing this for ourselves, but we're doing this for all of the women on the planet, so that they know what it feels like to be empowered by themselves, to be the only person that can give themselves permission, that they feel lit up by their own voices. Feeling the gentle cacao, stirring this up, whether it's a memory or just a new pathway of thinking. Both of these will land deeply in your psyche because you felt it. And so asking your heart to remember this by bringing one hand onto your heart, any hand. Feeling the heart underneath your palm, recognizing the immense capacity it holds so that it can hold nuance and it can hold space for disagreements, and it can discharge the energy that is not needed. And so now, in the privacy and the intimacy of your own space with yourself, if there's anything that you're moving through right now, might be something that no one even knows about. But if you could imagine another woman showing up for you in the most perfect and divine way to support you, imagine what it would look like, what it would feel like, what it would sound like. If she could just take some of that weight and hold it with you, share in your grief, celebrate your joys. What would she say? What would she do? And of course, then we head to the next question. And how can I embody this? To be nurturing, to be giving, to be in service, to be mindful and check in. What can my contribution be to womankind? Feeling the ways that you've softened with the cacao. And this next song is for you to just receive. To receive with your presence, sipping your cacao. And I'm going to turn it up a little bit, but if it gets too loud, ladies on Zoom, just give me a little sign, okay?
We both know it's time for us to go our own ways. Surrender to this moment. There is no one to blame. There is no right or wrong here, only lessons in love and pain. We did what we were meant to do. I was me and you were you, finally ready to see this whole thing through. I'm sorry, I forgive you. Thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, I forgive you. Thank you, I love you. Love the one who judges, love the one who lies, for they are the one who's hurting deepest down inside. Truth is found in the moments when we come back to ourselves, when we ride the waves of emotion instead of getting caught in the swells. I'm sorry, I forgive you. Thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, I forgive you. Thank you, I love you. I love you. I know you didn't mean to hurt me. I know you are in pain. For the times I was hurting, I hurt others. I wanted them to feel the same. When I go into the heartache, I dive as deep as I can go, and I end up at the bottom, face to face with my very own soul. It says I've been here all along, and then it smiles at my surprise. For all I had to do was come right back inside. So thank you for the breaking, and thank you for the pain. For without you in my life, I may not be finding myself again. I'm sorry, I forgive you. Thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, I forgive you. Thank you, I love you. Love, it doesn't go away. It lives right below the fear and the pain. So I fill my heart with my very own love, and I radiate it out. Below and above, I send it to you in abundance and wealth. For I know that to love you, I must first love
Taking a full breath in through the nose. And letting go out through the mouth. Feeling all of the spaces that have opened up. All of the light that has shone down on the shadows. The light from deep within you. And so together, feeling the hearts emanating of one another, sister, in this room and outside of this room. Knowing that, yes, we all carry something. We do not let that define us, because you are here. You are opening your heart. You are coming into community and into circle. And so feeling gratitude for yourself, for those deep parts of yourself that call you in to sisterhood. And so bowing to one another. And so it is.